Anyway, let's begin. Ads in video games.
Advertisement.
He's really starting strong.
Hey, that thing you see everywhere, all of the time. No matter
Literally
where you
everywhere.
go, and no matter what you do, ads can and will find you, Brian. That is a certainty
Brian.
in life, along with
That's not my
death
name.
and taxes, and that thing when the waiter says, "Enjoy your food," and you say, "I love you too, senpai."
Oh,
In video
yeah, you
games,
too.
The beautiful, magical world of escapism and
Skyrim.
wonder that is video game. Sadly, it no exception. Video games have
No.
been tainted with the foul odor and slimy snail trail of product placement and advertising for many a fortnight.
Chupa chups.
Pun intended. Son, unfriended. But is all advertising in video games bad? Are some ads for good and not just greed?
Oh.
How did we get here? And where the hell are we going, Brian? Dude, you're driving. Just hand me your phone. Oh
Where
my
are
gosh,
we?
God, what
Where
is
are we? Why am I in the car
The
too,
year
please?
is 1978 AD. Advertising. Scott Adams releases Adventureland, a text-based game with no graphics and even
Did he say Scott Adams? My dad is obsessed with Scott Adams.
worse, no kill streaks. And yet, Adventureland holds one of the earliest examples of in-game advertising. An ad for Scott's next, upcoming, even sexier game, Pirate Adventure. Ooh, shiver me timbers.
Shiver me timbers!
Look out, Sea of Thieves.
Wait, hold on. I need to Google if this is the same Scott Adams as the Scott Adams I'm thinking of. Because...
Scott be like, yo, Microsoft Sea of Thieves nuts can fit in your mouth. I'm sorry. Okay, so it's the 80s
Whoa!
and product
See if
placement
these
is
nuts can
already
fit in your mouth.
everything, but also
I'm putting that in my book. Blitz, Blitz, Blitz. You want to play Sea of Thieves? See if these nuts can fit in your mouth. Oh! Put that in your book. Get somebody with it. Get banned from another Twitch chatters channel.
So, PP is starting to show up in the world of video games as well, primarily in the form of the advergame, which is exactly what it sounds like, a video game built solely around advertising a single product or company.
Cheetos.
One of the first advergames is in 1983 with Tapper prominently featuring Budweiser and sold to be played in bars, but nobody really gives a shit about the product placement because they're drunk, but also the game is just really fun. So fun that a year later the game was rebranded as Root Beer Tapper and sold in regular arcades for children too. So now all the kids are like, "Hey bud, why'd you put this A&W, man? I'm shit hammered." Now the big video game crash in 1983 would slow things down for a bit, but the late 80s and 90s saw a huge resurgence of advergames. Talking about Donald Land over in Japan in 1988, because over there, Ronald McDonald.
Ronald McDonald!
Donald McDonald.
Donald McDonald.
I am just.
Don't let him go.
I am just enamored by that. Capcom publishes in 1990, who, while not as immediately recognizable as our beloved Don Bon Jovi over here, Noid was once the iconic mascot of none other than Domino's Pizza. The fact about Yo Noid is that it's actually just a reskin of this Japanese game that I will let my anime fans help me pronounce. That's about a ninja boy who rescues children who have been kidnapped. Now, I don't know about y'all, but when I get kidnapped, first thing I do is order Domino's Pizza. Cool Spot drops in 1993,
sometimes I just want some Domino's.
Its entire lore and existence is
oh my god, look at his
solely
fucking
based on
swag.
the
Look at
red
his. Oh
spot
my god.
on the 7-Up logo. Whoa.
Oh. Careful,
The game
don't
gets
fall.
pretty good reviews and people actually kind of like it. There's a closet behind me in this apartment and I almost fully fell into
you almost fell
Chex
into
Quest
the
drops
closet.
in
It's okay, you can come out.
bundled with certain boxes of Chex cereal and is clearly just a non-violent reskin of Doom.
Yeah, I was like, that looks familiar.
But
that's kind of based.
Disclaimer: if you have a phobia of rice, corn, or wheat, this game may as well be Doom. What
no!
the fuck?
Oh my god, no, the rice, no!
Level, Brian, you're a toad. You've always been a toad, and you're gonna die a toad.
No, please, I don't want to be a
Pepsi Man
toad.
drops in 1999.
Pepsi
only
Man
in Japan, unfortunately. Shout out Donald and.
He's a little
I couldn't
scary.
even begin to tell you what Pepsi Man is advertising. You know, I'm looking around this whole screen and I am just lost. There are so many of these advergames that I'm sure some of you remember that just kept going and going into the early 2000s. Kind of goes without saying, but obviously these companies are dropping advergames to try and boost sales of their product, right? The question is, is it actually working? The answer, much like my vision through these shitty glasses, is a little unclear, but it seems to be kind of a case-by-case
Pepsi Man
type deal.
playthrough.
Chex claims that Chex Quest boosted their sales by 200.
If I wanted to play a game where I just stare at a man's ass, I would just open Red Dead Redemption 2 or Resident Evil 4 Remake. The Mountain Dew Transformers game was goated. Oh my god.
195% at the time.
That's a
which
bold
kind
claim.
of makes sense because you're getting a free game bundled with a box of cereal, and that game is basically Doom. I mean, that's super smart. But then in the case of something like Pepsi Man, where you have to go out of your way and purchase a game with your hard-earned money that is a literal walking advertisement.
Literally.
Yeah, you wonder why
Kids
that
and
didn't
kids.
sell that well, Einstein. Maybe stick to handing police officers cans and fixing all of our problems. Wow, does that guy ever shut up or what?
Oh, man.
I'm Jakey, and Jakey.
Oh my God. Oh my
Have
God.
you fallen victim to a crappy internet browser? Does that crappy ass browser fail to meet your needs while gaming? Do you ever think
Is this
about
an
me,
opera?
Linda? Please
1-800
pick up the phone.
law.
I just want to talk to the children. If you're like me, you love to have a bunch of stuff going on in the background while
Are you
you're
playing
gaming.
Hanzo?
But oopsie doopsie, mama made a poopsie. That Google Chrome web browser you're using to watch that video in the background sure is hogging up a lot.
Is
of
this
the
Opera
CPU
GX
and
or
RAM
Brave?
power levels. What the
Yeah,
heck? And now
it's
you're
Opera.
getting frame drop.
It's Opera
and lag
GX.
in that fast-paced anime game you're always playing and won't shut
Anime
the hell
game?
up about. Now that just will not do. Your Honor objects. Sustained. Overruled. Go to jail.
Oh my god, I'm... what the hell?
Opera GX, a browser
Yeah.
with the ability to limit the amount of CPU and RAM usage that you're willing to let your browser hog up while gaming, so it doesn't
Oh, web
slow you
browsers are
down.
shit.
A browser
Yeah, I
with
just
the
look at the
ability to
internet via
limit
my
network
carrier
bandwidth
pigeon.
usage as well to help eliminate performance issues in online games. All useful tools placed within the GX control panel near the top left of the browser. With Opera GX, you are entitled to all sorts of wonderful customization.
I want the money in his
including, but
pocket.
Not limited to deliciously tasteful
Yeah,
themes
Opera
and
is just
fully
Chrome.
customizable color combinations, along with the option for light, dark, and auto modes. But let's be real, just put it in dark mode.
That's
Everyone
what
knows dark mode is the best. All options located.
No, I like their
within the
VTuber
easy
also.
Setup button in the top right corner. Speaking of corners, the GX corner in the top left is.
I did audition for the Opera VTuber. I didn't obviously get it, but they have a VTuber, Aura. Aura GX, Aura GX, Aura GX. They held auditions for it. I obviously didn't get in, but I think it was like 2 years ago, something like that, and I'm pretty sure her model artist graduated to become Raura from Hololive. I'm pretty sure that's who did her art.
One-stop shop for all things video games. Oh, you want to keep track of upcoming game releases? Oh, you want to stay up to date on current gaming news? Oh, you want to see all the best current gaming deals? Oh, you want an updated and curated list of available free games to download for free, aka what us lawyers call a good deal, buy, sell,
Good
sell.
deal.
If you download Opera GX using my special link down below, your GX corner will also have the exclusive feature of showing my recent 12 uploads. So you'll always be up to date when I upload a new video. Like every 10 months or so. If you think Jakey, attorneys at law, can help remedy your web browser problems today, use my link below to download Opera GX. Thanks to Opera GX for sponsoring this video, and I guess now we'll get back to whatever the hell Dr. Dumbass is talking about this time. The history of video games, history of Bakugans. I ought to sue his
Literally.
ass, throw him in the slam house. But what if your PP isn't just in a blatant advergame? What if you sneak your PP into like an actual legit fully priced real video
They're sneaking
game?
PP.
Well, that started happening. Like
Can I get my Iris Ballad Opera extension? Do I get paid if I do that? Opera GX, hit me up.
a lot in the 90s and 2000s. Sports games are a huge one, with games like Madden, FIFA, 1080, and Tony Hawk all having relevant product placement to each kind of sport. Same with racing games like Need for Speed or Gran Turismo showcasing real car brands and real car parts. Same with Croc 2 advertising fucking little guys. I
Little
should have
guys.
just said Crocs. It would have been way better if I just said Crocs. Damn it, Brian. Stick to the script! So far, all of my non-advergame examples have been pretty tame, and there's actually a solid argument that that product placement could actually add to the immersion of that type of game. But then it starts to get a little trickier. Crazy Taxi drops in 1999 and is one of the first blatant examples of product placement in a non-advergame, non-sports, non-racing game.
Oh my god, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
The immersion argument is still potentially there. Yeah, brands like Pizza Hut and KFC pop up in this game a lot, but also, if you were a taxi driver, you would probably see brands like
You would.
As a passenger, it's kind of hilarious to imagine getting into a cab just to go to a Pizza Hut by yourself, like just get the pizza delivered, but you get the point.
What if I wanted to
Taxi
eat in the
marks a point
Pizza
in
Hut?
time, I think, where the immersion argument behind product placement in video games.
EA paid to put the brands in the game? It's more likely they paid them? Oh my god. For immersion.
Really only does get trickier and trickier. I'm just gonna run through some examples real quick and you let me know what you think down in the comments, gamers. Make sure to ring that bell and be notified once a year. In Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic's shoes are officially soap branded shoes. You know, like the shoes that you put on, you can like slide down rails and get all soapy and shit. Alright, go off. That's kind of hard. Fucking Shadow got the foam on. In Enter the Matrix, apparently the only beverage that exists
there was a Matrix
in this
game
universe is Powerade. Maybe because it comes in green and can just kind of fit the whole Matrixy
AD Pun, thank you for the resub and enjoy your emotes.
vibe. Hey guys. Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, a game all about remaining undetected and slinking around in the shadows. Ooh, you know what would really help you to remain
How do they not see
undetected
you?
is if you just fucking reeked of Axe body spray and Airwaves gum and your Nokia phone was like... That last game is notable because it was one of the first to utilize dynamic advertising, meaning that it uses the internet to change what ads you see in-game depending on your time of day and region. Ubisoft was one of the first to do this type of chicanery, but definitely not the last. Thanks, Ubisoft, I love you. Please don't hurt my family, please. It was Brian. Brian did it. And surprise, surprise, guess what other companies started doing this in the 2000s as well?
Fuck you, EA! No, fuck you! Fuck you! Boo! Boo! Tomatoes! Tomatoes!
Need for Speed, even the skate games got in on it with different dynamic ads appearing on like billboards and buses and shit. But my favorite example by far is in Burnout Paradise, where in 2008 they ran political ads for Obama. Hey kids, when you're not too busy T-boning your fellow Americans at 200 miles per hour, vote for me, dude. I'll put f***ing beer
There's no fucking way!
Now going back to that whole, but does it add to the immersion debate, that conversation...
In 2009, Modern Warfare 2 game docks is the nearest city to you in an emergency broadcast. Can you imagine being a streamer right now and just like fucking playing Modern Warfare 2 and it goes live from the city next to you? I would fucking scream. I miss when Ubisoft was good. The kernel of KFC's. Oh yeah, the dating sim. That was good advertising. Wasn't it free? That was great advertisement. I wanted KFC after that. It lost it when it said redacted. Obama ads is 100% true? Holy fuck.
Really only does...
Wait, side note about Ubisoft. Their Black Flag was their last good game that like was playable on release. Unity was a good game, but it launched like shit. I remember when Unity launched, I bought it on release day and I tried to play it. It played like fucking shit. They went back, they fixed it, but my trust was long gone. So all these modern games that keep releasing games that play like shit on release, I don't forgive you. I never forgave Assassin's Creed Unity, and I'll never forgive you too. Fuck you. Launch correctly. Doritos made a horror game? Yo. Plays like 3 minutes of the emergency broadcast sound with evacuation warnings directing to the nearest city with an evac zone, even outside the USA. Holy shit. Holy shit. Ah. Executives ruin gaming. Bring my passionate developers back. Leave them alone.
Get trickier and trickier as gaming grows bigger and bigger. Obviously, when it's an advergame that has like the fucking king himself on the front of the box, that's one thing. Like, you know what you're getting into if you buy that. But when the king shows up in your $60 game that you just purchased with your hard-earned paycheck, that hits a little bit different. I'm not saying it's always necessarily bad. Like, it could be funny or whatever, but
oh my God,
it
the king
is different. Like, when I skip school to drop $60 on Uncharted 3, and I boot up the multiplayer just to be assaulted by the smell
Subway,
of Subway bread reeking up my
Subway.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. That Subway bread has a very specific fucking tang
It
to
does,
Like
it does.
Like its pH balance is all fucked up. Alan Wake is a better example.
Alan Wake?
As far as the immersion shit goes, okay? It's a single player, offline, Remedy made game, okay? I love Remedy. Max Payne is like my favorite game ever.
Hi, Lena Sheen. Hello,
in
hi, hi, hello,
theory,
hi.
Having brands like Energizer and Verizon show up in your realistic
my fucking God.
world is potentially fine, especially when a main mechanic of the game is using batteries for your flashlight. But when these very specific ads repeat themselves over and over, and you get a fucking achievement for sitting down and watching an entire ad on a fake TV in a fake universe, Alan, wake the f up. We're going back to GameStop. We're returning this game and we're buying
Fuck this
Yahtzee.
game.
I don't give a
Yahtzee!
shit. We're getting Yahtzee for the 360. I think an argument for immersive PP with more solid ground is the Yakuza series. Now, I've never played these games, but based on what I've watched and read, they seem to incorporate a wide variety of Japanese brands in a much more subtle and potentially world-building way. And I'm not trying to get preachy and say you should feel one way or the other about this.
Okay, no, I will say I fucking did get advertised to by Yakuza because when I was at the liquor store and I saw an alcohol that I recognized from Yakuza, I bought it. When I was at the fucking Asian Mart and I saw a canned coffee that I saw in Yakuza, I fucking bought it. So, you know what? They're not wrong, actually. You know what? He's got me there. He's got me there. I have been successfully advertised to by the Yakuza series. Good job, Sega. Did I get a margarita today? I did not. High on Life has an achievement to watch a full-length movie in it too? Jesus.
I think if you're gonna argue for immersion, there's more of a substantial argument to be made with this game series. Versus Kojima just straight up putting brands like Doritos and Mountain Dew and Axe body spray into the Japanese version of pizza, with his reasoning being to keep things fresh and to surprise players like,
oh,
okay,
I know about
dude,
the girls.
How about you focus on surprising us with another two-dimensional
don't you worry. I know about the actresses, and I've sought out some content.
Character with giant boobs that breathe through her skin, and not a fucking ad for Ride with Norman Reedus Sundays in a game where I'm supposed to be taking Mr. Reedus seriously as Sam Porter Bridges. Get it? His last name is Bridges because he's gonna bridge together the fucking US. I don't mean to just roast Kojima, okay? I own every game. I have art books. I have a huge crush on Sniper Wolf, not that one, the one with the polygonal setup. But come on, if you even think about going in the comments and arguing that the inclusion of Monster Energy or Ride with Norman Reedus Sundays adds to the immersion of this universe, or is a fourth wall breaking move from an auteur, you just don't
honestly
understand.
It's Kojima,
Alan,
so it doesn't really matter, I think.
Up. The Patriots are behind all of this. The lolly
lo.
really changed advertising in video games, mobile games. That shit changed the entire galaxy. Because if you release a
Temple Run
and you run ads on it, and that game.
Do you guys remember playing Temple Run? I remember playing the fuck out of Temple Run. We would pass the fucking iPhone around in middle school to play Temple Run. And we would try to get high scores. We would fucking... That shit was a hot commodity because almost nobody had an iPhone at the time. And we would just pass the iPhone around to play Temple Run. Yo. Isn't one of them a VTuber on Twitch? Kason. I think she mostly streams on YouTube though. She sometimes streams on Twitch. But she's mostly a YouTube VTuber. I had a dream admitted to the end of Temple Run. That's crazy. That's a crazy dream. How did you feel after?
Game does even a little bit well, you could potentially make a lot of money. The Flappy Bird guy claimed he was making up to 50K a day when that game was blowing
What the hell?
Then he hated his life from all the mean messages and attention he got, which is really sad. And a lot of the time,
it was just an
innocent
game.
Mobile games are just for other mobile games that 90% of the time don't even exist or are just like really weird or like
Oh my
really
God, I get that ad all the time.
like
What the hell?
An off-brand ass Costco render of SpongeBob like on an island with like Peter Griffin, and there's some shitty text-to-speech that's like,
Grandma got away with it again. No one can get past level 5 without coming.
Yeah.
no, that's a different type of game. We all know what type of game I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Make sure to choose your color of cum.
And then surprise, surprise, the free-to-play model makes its way over to consoles with games like Fortnite, constantly having different promotions or events like the trailer premiere for...
Guys, place your bets now. Is he gonna bring up League of Legends at all? Is he gonna mention League of Legends at all? Is he gonna mention League of Legends at all? Because he said free-to-play model to PC or like consoles. He hasn't brought up League of Legends yet. He immediately brings up Fortnite instead of League of Legends. You know what? Why would he bring up League of Legends? There's no ads. It does not have in-game ads. It's free to play, but you can buy skins. So I don't really know. I'm just League of Legends pilled. Never mind. Ignore me.
Tenet or an Ariana Grande concert. And a lot of that stuff is actually pretty cool and
This
like
is cool
well
shit, though.
integrated, and because the game is free, nobody really cares that much. Like, credit where it's due to Fortnite. Everybody kind of wins. Well, except the children who are preyed upon with their marketing to spend money on
Mom, I want V-Bucks. Mom, can you buy me V-Bucks? There's a new Fortnite skin, Mom. And I want a V-Bucks so I can buy my new Fortnite skin. The Ariana Grande concert is here, Mom. And I need V-Bucks. Buy the Ariana Grande skin and I need the Kim Kardashian skin too.
Cards, but you know, Spider-Man. But here's the kicker. First of all, I'm gonna take this off because it's really hot and it's like impossible to see anything through these. So I'm just gonna go
face
soft
reveal
style for the rest of the video. You know your favorite companies, you know your best friends.
None of those are my favorite company. I just want to say. None of those are my favorite company. You seem like you're not acting. That's just how good I am at acting. Fortnite is like crack for kids, I swear to God. I played Fortnite once and went, this isn't for me.
Well, they started incorporating those same business practices in the free-to-play model of in-game microtransactions and advertising in not so
Sorry, I got
free
distracted by the Stardew
video
Valley
games,
music.
AKA $60 fully priced video games. Like at one point, NBA 2K and UFC 4 had straight-up mid-roll ads that played during downtime or even interrupted gameplay. You know, like a mobile game does with the Peter Griffin grandma situation.
What the fuck?
Also, 2K assaults you with microtransactions like every 5 seconds, so
what the hell?
just don't play that game and just go play basketball outside. Like, yeah!
What if I don't have friends to play basketball with?
And unlike the subtle plug that Scott Adams did back in 1978,
that was Yoshi Island music, I'm sorry.
modern games love to remind you that they're hot, sexy, new...
Dying Light is a piece of shit game.
game is out too, and you should really go out and buy that one. But when that adds even one step or loading screen between me and getting to play the game that I actually want to play, my patience runs out faster than Brian on track and field day. And let me tell you, that kid is dumb as hell, but he is quick. Earlier this year, Sony and Microsoft both announced that they're streamlining the process of integrating ads into free-to-play games on their respective marketplaces, similar to how ads are integrated into games on your iPhone through the App Store. Now, in an absolute best case scenario of how these ads get implemented, hardworking game devs getting more money for the blood, sweat, and fears they dump into their indie game or whatever, while ads are subtly placed on billboards or benches or used in like an immersive world-building way, like the Yakuza series, that's fine, in theory. But after going over everything...
Are you telling me there's a Dying Light 3? Who the fuck greenlit that?
Everything I've gone through, I think we all know that's probably not how it's gonna shake out. And not to be a depressing Darren, but if history repeats itself, all signs point towards AAA companies slowly inserting more and more ads in their paid AAA games too, because again, look at how much fucking money ads make on mobile games. You seriously think those AAA bigwig execs aren't noticing that shit? Have you heard the way these lizard people talk? They already tried doing it with those sports games. It's just
What
like
the hell?
microtransactions. Years ago, nobody thought they would ever put
Oh,
that
I won't
shit
be
in
going
a
to off
fully
Kai
priced
Champs, are we?
$60, or I guess now $70 paid game like
Jesus.
Gran Turismo 7, but money talks. And unfortunately,
Jesus.
Activision Blizzard and EA and all these companies
Fuck these
learned
companies.
to speak money on Duolingo because in 2021, Activision Blizzard made over $5 billion on microtransactions
Jesus
alone. Billion
Christ.
with a B and an I and a T for
What?
Ted. And just
Oh.
like with microtransactions, gamers are gonna push back and complain, but at the end of the day, a lot of you, mostly children probably, which is really unfortunate that children are frequently the ones preyed upon with this shit. A lot of us stupid gamers are still gonna buy the fucking thing because the day I can't live out my Steph Curry power fantasy is the day I alley-oop off this mortal coil.
What the hell? No!
So yeah, that's where we're at now. Not to end this video on a depressing note, but I guess my only real message that you should maybe take away from this is don't pre-order games. Just don't. I've done it, you've done it, we've all
There's very few game series I would pre-order. I will be pre-ordering Resident Evil 9.
wanted to play that game the second it comes out, but honestly, just wait even an hour to see if A, the game even runs properly like it was advertised to, or B, doesn't have a bunch of shitty business practices implemented that completely ruin the experience. People should be
You
paid
pre-ordered
for their
Cyberpunk? I'm so
incredibly
sorry,
hard
Av.
work, 100%. But also, as a consumer, when you buy something, you should know what you're paying for, right? Like when you watch a video for free on YouTube, it would probably make sense for that person to run an ad on that video to make them some money so they could buy cool stuff like a jet ski, right?
a jet ski.
You would want them to buy a jet ski even though they live in the city and they definitely couldn't afford or fit a jet ski and maintain
You want a
that
jet ski, NakeyJakey?
right? You would want that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Happy we could get on the same page.
I got you, buddy.
Brian. I appreciate that, man. Thanks again to Opera GX for sponsoring this video, and NakeyJakey and Jakey, attorneys at law, thanks you for watching this video. Godspeed and good night.
And it's a throw.
Godspeed. And Linda, please
Guys, let's
call me
crowdfund a
using
jet
your
ski
cell
for
phone.
NakeyJakey.
I really want to talk to the kids.
Man, oh man. Ugh. Pre-order used to be a lot different when games shipped, you know, physical games. Yeah, I remember midnight release of Skyrim. That shit was hype. But like, I wish we still had like midnight releases of stuff. Hi, Griffin. Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi. You pre-ordered Monster Hunter Wilds? I don't know if I pre-ordered that. I think I just bought it.